Gosh, is this a sports radio show we're on and I'm talking about, or is this, Disney princess radio? I asked you guys to text me in what movie you used to play to babysit your kids, as Prater put it, in regards to his relationship with the Finding Nemo series. Prater, I'm reading a lot of them here today. Anything from the Little Mermaid to the Lion King and everything in between.
The four staples that I had, as a matter of fact, I think we bought all four of these in duplicates. But Nemo, Sandlot, Beauty and the Beast, and Lion King.
Those are
the four rotations in Prater's house.
That's all you need, man. That's great stuff. For me, it would have been Star Wars or Indiana Jones. When I was a little kid, if my parents wanted to, distract me, probably. I mean, those were the movies I remember watching when I was a little kid. So keep sending those in to the Double Tap Pub or Clipperville Plumbing text line, I should say. All right, Prater, we're going to get to it in a little bit, but I want to give a little tease to get people to hang around for the entire hour. But coming up after this segment, we're going to talk about with Boise State football. We're going to talk about an event that's coming to Boise on Saturday that is unprecedented.
Never happened. It's actually one event. We'll break down the details, but there is something going on at downtown Boise Saturday night, sports related. Never happened before. Never.
And you plan on being there? I'm going as well.
Yeah,
not with each other, but I might see you there.
I'm gonna hide. I hide. You find the spotlight, and I hide. But I'll see you running around on the court.
You'll see me. You'll see me sucking up all the players and the coaches and all the media people there, and have fun with that. All right, Prater. Tomorrow we got a hell of a show too, and part of the reason we do tomorrow is because of the access we're getting tomorrow. Spencer Danielson, assistant coaches, Boise State football, kind of their introductory to spring camp press conference, and that's kind of what we wanted to talk about here. If anybody wants to join, you can join the program and tell us what you are interested in, because we're just kind of talking questions. What questions do we want to know? What questions about this football team do we want to know? What questions do Spencer Danielson may we have? That whole type of thing. What is there something Michael Kors, Prater, that's like top of mind to you with this deal tomorrow?
Well, I'm not sure if it's a question, just in terms of how spring ball is going to play out. And I'm 100% convinced in my mind, which is not as always right, that the Malachi Nelson will not be a massive storyline in the spring.
Okay.
Nor will Ashton Genty. We'll see what happens in the back half of the spring ball with Malachi, because I'm probably a little bit more open to that in terms of what the expectations from Dirk Cutter and Spencer Danielson are for Malachi Nelson, who is still trying to find out where his locker is. Ashton Genty, I'm a little bit more, unless they come with some surprising information, I'm a little bit more comfortable with that, knowing that he's going to go through drills, he's going to do what he's going to do, he's going to be RB1, he's going to be a big leader. But they're not going to beat him up. They're not going to spend a lot of time working with him. He'll do all the drills. He'll be first in the rotations when we show up at 8:45 on Monday morning, and that's when this kicks off. At least that's when the media is invited. 8:45 Monday morning, and Boise State's working on what we've asked for in terms of the media: unprecedented access to spring football and fall camp, and even practice when the season starts next year in the regular season. We haven't gotten final answers yet, but we hope to spend a couple of hours of practice on Monday as opposed to 15 minutes and then getting kicked out by security.
12 minutes of exercising?
Exactly. So we'll see if how much. No, you're right. You're 1,000% right. But so Ashton Genty is going to be the same running back coming out of spring ball as he does going into spring ball, and you can say the exact same thing for fall camp, and then on August 31st, unleash the beast.
What's your number one question? 208-424-9300. If Prater wants to throw in, and I have to agree with him on this, Malachi Nelson isn't a huge storyline on spring. I mean, again, he still has to go through everything it takes to go through and be a part of a program and all this stuff. And I get it. I want to see him more than anybody.
And that's the best part. Yeah. We're going to learn about him and the way he throws. I mean, we're going to stand there and watch him throw on Monday, and we're going to go, okay, so that's his throwing motion. Yeah. That's his throwing style. That's how much he communicates with the coaches. Is he going back and forth and communicating with the coaches and looking at his wristband and going through the plays? Or is he kind of, over the last couple of weeks, months, mastered the game plan and the playbook well enough that he can, I nobody expects him to go off and be a leader and kind of lead some of these guys. That's too early for that.
I think
if all this kind of shakes out, he's going to be here for a couple of years and be a strong leader by the time he leaves. But I don't think that's important tomorrow or certainly in spring camp being a leader. Just getting a grasp of this offense and what Dirk Cutter wants from him. So I think a lot of that stuff is going to be infrastructure behind the scenes. The more important stuff will be breaking down the film after the practice, and they want to invite us to the film session. So trying to be better there. But Malachi Nelson is going to be a much different quarterback coming out of spring ball than he is going into spring ball. But the competition doesn't really start until August 1st when Maddox Madsen comes in. Maddox Madsen is going to throw some drill stuff, some 7-on-7 stuff in the back half of spring ball. That's what Spencer Danielson told us the last time we had a chance to talk to him. We'll see if that changes, but I don't expect that to change. There's certainly not going to be a spirited quarterback competition for the next month.
In spring ball.
No.
That's going to start in fall camp. I do want a couple of things on this topic. I like where we are. I'd like to ask a receiver at some point. I was thinking Latrell Caples, but about, you said we don't even know what Malachi Nelson's throwing motion looks like yet. We haven't seen him right in front of us. We have never heard the ball whistle when it releases from his hands like a lot of quarterbacks have. I want to talk to some of the receivers who have been working out with him in PRPs and the stuff that they have been doing, Prater.
I don't know if they've been throwing.
I think they are. I think the quarterbacks throw year round, at least in the indoor.
There's a little bit. I mean, the main priority the last 2 months has been winter conditioning. The weight room and all that kind of stuff. I would imagine he's been throwing, but I'm not sure how much of a throwing program he's been on. We'll see how that shakes. I mean, that's certainly something we can ask tomorrow. How much has he been throwing? How much has he been working with the wide receiver as opposed to just lifting weights, going through the conditioning program, and doing what football players normally do in January and February? Sure, he's throwing the football. There's no doubt he's throwing the football.
Yeah.
And I would assume he's using the wide receivers as a target, but is that informal, more formal? How much do they want him throwing? What do they look like? What do they like about his throwing motion? We'll certainly dive into that with Cutter tomorrow. I think Cutter's going to be there. They haven't given us a list of coaches. I'm assuming it's going to be Cutter.
Yeah, and Spencer, and what type of ball he does throw from a wide receiver's perspective. And Mad Dog, Prater. I mean, maybe Spencer Danielson is going to come with this exceptional news, and it's really even going to take this up where Maddox Madsen is further along than he thought he was last time he talked to us. He was further along then, too. And then he said, what? Towards the end of spring, they might be able to work Mad Dog in more. Now, I want to ask him, you pushed spring back a week, Spence. What does that have to do with Maddox Madsen's rehab and injury schedule? Does that now maybe give him a little bit more time on this thing? Those questions as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth asking, but a week is not going to make a difference. It's more about a mentality and what they want from the spring. And I don't see Maddox Madsen being a serious part of the spring ball at all.
Yeah, not till the end. It's
not even the end. I don't see him being a serious part of spring ball at all.
I kind of have a hunch that he's going to do more than I think, but I will talk to Spencer Danielson tomorrow. We get
what are you basing that on? Did you look at his knee? Are you a doctor?
No, I'm just an idiot with an opinion on the air. And an opinion that this company, as pathetic as it might be, pays me for. They pay me to say this stuff, Prater. No, just optimistic thinking. It'd be cool if Mad Dog could do a little more. I think the number one question, though, is Dirk. The why and the how. I think that's the story, Prater, that everybody in this town, we can't remember or not, wants to know, correct?
Yeah, and I'm not sure how much detail they're going to get behind the scenes, but I think Dirk Cutter. Dirk and Spencer are very close. Dirk has a massive amount of respect for Spencer Danielson and vice versa. Dirk Cutter was definitely part of the process. To what detail in terms of hiring a new offensive coordinator, I'm not sure, but I believe he was in all the meetings, or at least a lot of the different meetings, and where they meet a lot of these different candidates. And I think, we want to ask that question: the art of the deal. How did this get done? What made you change your mind, Dirk Cutter? To me, it's like,
where are you going?
Well, I think he's going to say one. I don't think he's going to say this, but I think that he looked at the list of candidates. And he's a pretty confident, cocky dude, and said, "I can do that. I'm better than that guy." Plus, I think he was really, 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 really excited. And this is what I want to ask more than anything about the challenge of having sexy, shiny toys and playing with them. I mean, when he came in to do the Todd Jalen Green thing, he was just sticking a finger in a dike trying to survive day to day.
Yeah.
He was not allowed. He didn't want to change Jalen Green's throwing motion. He just wanted to get him involved in the game book and the game plan and try to win a game on Saturday.
Yes.
And there was very little room for development. Dirk Cutter has a thing for quarterbacks. He's really good at quarterbacks. I think he loves working with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And here comes the sexy, shiny new toy. And now he can just completely dive in and make it his. And I think, I think the confidence thinks that I can be better than anybody else Spencer's interviewing. And two, I like the challenge of those toys.
Yeah. I just think, I mean, he's a genius. He's always probably in his head thinking of football and scheming. And no matter how great he gets at golf or how cool his house looks in McCall, he always has that in. Or at least he still did.
And $400,000 doesn't hurt.
Yeah, 460.
No, he's not getting the whole 460. He's about 400, but he'll get $400,000 and change. And last time I think he did this, I think he did it for $75,000.
Okay.
But he obviously just did a half a season.
Yeah. And that was, you were spot on that. He didn't install and recreate anything. He was just told, finding a way to win the games. And he did as elementary, as Model T, as Fisher Price in offense could ever be. That's what Boise State was, and Dirk won with it. Now he gets a full spring, he gets a full fall camp, and he gets possibly more juicy ingredients in the kitchen than this program has had in a couple, 2, 3, 5 years.
Or maybe in his perspective, it's not juicy and sexy at all. Maybe his word is raw.
Yeah,
Malachi Nelson, let's not get too carried away.
project.
Yes, Malachi Nelson is a project. He's raw. He's got great talent. He's got a great pedigree. He's got great upside, great potential. And I think Dirk Cutter said, I can work with that.
I think so too. And I want to. And he wants to get back and continue to bring the texts on. We appreciate the text on our Cloverdale Plumbing text line. This is our video segment, Dollar Loan Center. You guys have been awesome at don'tbebroke.com. Apply online for up to a $5,000 loan at don'tbebroke.com. There is an event or events on Saturday in Boise that has never happened before. I'm going to be there. Prater's going to be there. I don't even know. Maybe we'll see JP.
Downtown Boise.
Does that add some spice to it?
For me, it does.
Heck yeah, man.
Downtown
I love downtown
Boise.
So that's what we're coming back with. If you think you know what it is, text us. Let us know. 208-424-9300. Hey, $25 is going to get you $50 to spend this week. 2 sweet deals for you. Costa Vida Mexican Grill and Blaze Pizza. 9 a.m. KTIK.com.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is Ticket Traffic.
Pretty